So, kind of hunched in here, hoping the phone doesn't get too much wind for you. Excuse me. So this b.r.i.c.s alliance, as I say, I don't think it's going to be a tempest in a teacup. So if you had a moderate or a modest amount of money, what would you do to protect yourself, to protect your wealth? I don't have any. So what should you do? Well, I don't know. It's way over my head. If you want to protect your wealth, I'd suggest you see Lynette Zhang and people such as herself who have some wealth and some perspective on it. But again, if you had a modest or moderate amount of money in the bank, do you want it in fiat currency at this point in time? Paper money that's backed by nothing but debt. For example, the US and the Canadian dollar. Well, I'd say no. Although again, what do I know? Very little. But hey, I'm going to throw it out at you anyways, and hope a lot of people put their feedback into the comments. Again, if I had any money, I wouldn't be leaving it in fiat currency. What would I do with it? Well, that's where, again, I'm in over my head. I like the idea of physical gold and silver. Now, a lot of people dump right on that idea. They say, you can't carry it around, what are you going to do with it? Blah, blah. Well, I'm old school. If it's there in my hand, I figure I can trade it for a bag of potatoes. The rich guy will always buy the gold. But that's a pretty humble opinion. Don't buy paper, gold, or silver. They've sold 6 times as much paper as they have gold or silver in any reserve, be it in New York or the UK, what is it, in London, whatever. Yeah, I wouldn't be buying that stuff. I don't think it's worth the paper it's written on. Cryptocurrency. Well, a lot of people are fans of it. Let's see what the comments have to say. I don't trust it. Simply because Big Brother has the breaker on the power switch and all the big keys on the board, if you know what I mean. Now a lot of crypto fans are going to argue that. They're going to say, well, blockchain can't be hacked. But again, they got the switch for the power. They can shut it off. Real estate. Well, real estate land is always worth something. Whenever there's a big financial shakeup and the dust settles, that's kind of the starting of the new value of the dollar and everything. You own land. Now here in Canada, the Supreme Court backed Trudeau 2 years after he was in power that the federal government can confiscate your land should they deem it necessary for the state. I made a video about that where I quoted the Supreme Court ruling and the legislation from, well, I'll say the Liberal government. And a lot of people just go, nope, not accepting that, no way. Provincially, they can buy / appropriate your land for development for road or infrastructure development. People just absolutely refuse to accept that. They go, no, you're wrong. Well, again, I made a video quite some time back where I quoted the Supreme Court and the legislation from the Trudeau government. So, yeah, they can take your land here in Canada. And, you know, don't pay your taxes for a couple of years. You'll find out you're just an elaborate renter anyways. But that's besides the point. That's a Revenue Canada tax thing. And that holds true in any country, I would imagine. In fact, most of them, I'm pretty sure. So anyways, what do you do to protect your wealth or to shelter your meager means from what could be a very big financial shakeup? I mean, let's face it, to my way of thinking, what's the Canadian dollar based on? Nothing. Absolutely nothing. When it comes to debt to GDP ratio, I didn't bother looking to see where we are today. We were like 3rd for a while there, despite what Chrystia Freeland would tell us. So I don't know. I'm just throwing it out at you guys into the comments, hoping it helps out somebody else who actually has some money, maybe. It's kind of a non-issue for me in the sense that I'm as poor as a church mouse, so it really doesn't matter. But I'm sure it matters to a lot of people. Anyways, let us know what you think.